Okay, we have a ton to talk about today. I've got like 4 different things to kind of cover. It is open Q&A day, but we've got a lot to talk about. So I'll start with Saturday. So tomorrow, as long as the product I expect arrives today, which it should, but there's always a chance. As long as it arrives, I will be doing a special live stream tomorrow with a mystery product that is coming to me. And I'm going to show you, we'll do first looks at it, and we can just geek out for a bit, okay? So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, and that will be, I would love for you to show up and hang out with me on a special Saturday stream. So mystery product will be revealed as soon as I know I have it in my hands. So that's number 1. Second, this is not the product, the mystery product. Ooh, Abby's getting up. This is not the mystery product, but guess what else I got? It is the Dell Ultra Sharp webcam. So this is a brand new webcam from Dell, straight out of the box. Really haven't done anything. Here we go. Dell. Is the Dell out in, yes, the Dell cam is out in public. They made an eyesight camera, they did. So here's what this webcam looks like. I don't know, I mean, it looks pretty good straight out of the box. So we haven't really done anything. I don't know much about it, to be honest, yet. So let's see, it's 4K, Ultra HD. Hold on. Dude, you got a Dell. Yes, yes, indeed. So I'm going to have to dig in. It just arrived and I'm waiting to have a chance to even like do anything with it and take a look, compare, etc., etc. We have 2 brand new countdown timers for you in the LSP store, so you can check that out right here, livestreamingpros.com/store, and we pinned that link to the top of the chat so you can access that easily. So you see the bubbles or the dots, bubbles. Most people call them bubbles. I tend to call them bubbles as well, but they're called dots in the store. livestreamingpros.com/store. There we go. And so, yeah, 2 brand new. And we also have decreased the price for you guys. We know that a lot of people like want multiple different countdown timers to swap in between and have some freshness going on. So we dropped the price of those for you so it's easier to kind of get more of them if you want to do so. So there you go. livestreamingpros.com/store. Okay, so if you click on the animated countdown timers, you'll see the 2 different ones. So we have the bubbles, the dots that you saw today, and like, how cool is that? Super cute. So you've got 2 color options, purple and pink, and green and blue. Dots. And then we have the dashes of light. This one is pretty cool. There you go. Ooh. Ooh, look at those colors. Blue, red, green, pink, orange, purple. Nice. Love it. So those are your 2 new options in the store if you want to add a little bit of pizzazz to your streams. Now, let's talk about the deal of the day. Here's the deal. So we have now a Telegram app. So if you're not familiar with, we don't have an app. We have a, I don't know what you call them. We have a chat. We have a link that you can get a deal of a day. The deal of the day sent to you on your device, mobile or Mac. I believe they also have a Windows version as well. But what we're going to be doing is delivering you a deal of the day. Most days, don't be mad at us if we miss a day, but we'll be sending you some cool new piece of tech, not new piece of tech necessarily, but something that you can look at for your studios that you might get a good deal on that day. So those will be active for the US, UK, and Canada, and the links that we provide will link you to other Amazon stores and stuff. But yeah, the deal of the day at LSP, it's a Telegram channel. Okay, channel, thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Telegram. So Telegram is basically, so it's a chat app, but this particular one isn't going to be like chat room oriented. It's kind of announcement oriented, right? So it's one-way communication. So we send you that, and then all you have to do is see if that's something that you want that day. So if you want to click the link that we're providing to you in the chat room, then you have access to that. livestreamingpros.com/deals, I think. And then let's talk about the deal of the day today. So let's look at today's deal of the day that has been sent out in Telegram. I don't know if you see past stuff on that channel. We'll have to see. The Sony ZV-E10 is now available for, is available on Amazon now for $7.99. It's going to be released in the US on the 24th. So if you are interested in that, this is something that I do believe will be a very good camera and will likely be replacing the Sony a6100 for my recommendation, but I will have to try it out, and when I do, I will of course let you know. So questions from the chat. Sammy says, what's your favorite part of having a great community? My favorite part of having a great community is when I see people helping each other out unrequested, like when I don't request them to do so, right? So like one way you can kickstart a great community is to invite people to help each other out. But when you get a great community kind of flowing already, then you don't really have to ask, they just do. And so that is amazing when I see people just supporting each other, helping each other out, watching each other's streams. It's so heartwarming. I don't know. I think they might have done something to it. I'm not sure. All right, Cheeky, what is, let's see. Future of streaming software on Apple Silicon Macs. Well, we talked about that in a video that Renee Ritchie was on recently. But essentially, I mean, you know, with the Silicon Macs, like everything is getting better, right? Everything's getting more efficient. So that's really kind of where that possibility of the future is that efficiency in that fine-tuned capabilities, right? That it's asking us. Can you split? TradLab says, can you split audio in Ecamm? Yes, you can. They have the ISO audio now. So if you go into preferences and then you go into audio, you have record isolated audio tracks. And when you check that, you're going to wind up with the different files, right? So if you have multiple guests or mics, you're going to have those coming out separately. The video is not multi-track yet, but hopefully it will be soon. Kamal said, if we connect our camera to the computer for recording in OBS, does it decrease the quality of the video? I think what you mean is by USB, correct? So are you asking capture card versus USB? I think that's where you're going. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, you will get a decreased quality going into USB only without a high quality capture card. However, how big of a difference is it? We have a video in the works to show you that. So stay subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss that when it comes out. And it is definitely something that we can show you, but you also have to just kind of see whether it's worth that quality decrease if you don't have the budget to spend. I mean, if you don't have the budget to spend yet, it's totally fine, right? You're not going to get the highest quality, but it doesn't matter. At least you're getting a really great quality. Will the timer work with the Melon app? No, because Melon and any other level 2 streaming service doesn't support transparency. So we are looking into alternatives for level 2, but the countdown timers that are transparent won't really function that way because of the lack of capability on level 2 services. All right. How many webcams, Stefan says, can you connect to one computer? Having multiple webcams connected to the same computer can cause problems, especially so you can kind of get by that by using a dock, and that can help offload some of that and connecting one of them into that dock. However, webcams do tend to cause issues if you have multiple connected. So I would just be aware of that and test your system. It's not always, but kind of the longer you use it, it does seem to create more problems. So just be aware. Cheeky said, what helps you stay feeling young? Cheeky. Dancing. Okay, next up, Renee, what's the biggest mistake you see creators' channels making when it comes to community building and attachment? So the biggest mistake in terms of community building, well, there are a couple things I would say. One is not actually putting the work into it, right? It takes effort to create a friendship, right? You don't just snap your fingers and have a deep friendship with an in-person friend, right? That takes work, it takes effort, it takes time. And so it's the same thing with community building. You do need to put the effort into it. And so a lot of people just want to like respond to comments and that's it. And so that's a big mistake. The other one is not understanding how people operate. I talk about audience triggers a lot, and that is all about creating a conversation around certain things that literally have nothing to do with your brand or your content, and all of that is in the personality. Bye, abs. So the personality stuff, the lifestyle stuff, all of the things. Dogs are an audience trigger because people connect to dogs, right? So it's something that people don't quite get about community building, and that's one of the most important things. Max, hey Max! My question is, Luria, what do you think of clickbait? So there's a difference of clickbait and enticing titles, right? So clickbait, obviously a no-go. Like, you do not want to do clickbait. If you put something in your title and it does not match really the content, obviously, no, don't do that. It's annoying and it breaks trust. But also, if it's just to get the click and then you're going to say something else, that's also a really bad thing. Now, you can create enticement or enticing titles. Enticement, is that even a word? Is enticement a word? So click-worthy is not clickbait, right? So that's what you're trying to do, is create something that people want to click on, but they are also getting the benefit from that click. So Paul says it depends on your definition of clickbait. I'm not sure that there are multiple definitions. Are there? Clickbait means bait and switch. You should have a hell of a compelling title and thumb, but you have to reward it over deliver. To be exact, 387%. If you do 386%, it's clickbait. All right. Kamal, can I get the bokeh effect on the Panasonic G7? That will depend on your lens. I'm not familiar with the G7. I know a lot of streamers do actually use that, but I don't personally use Panasonic cameras. But so you might, ask around. I think you're in the Ecamm community, are you not? You might ask around there. I know at least a few people have that camera, but it really would be about the lens that you choose in order to get the bokeh effect. So watch the lenses video, because it doesn't matter whether you're on Panasonic, Canon, or Sony. So what I was saying is the video that we did on lenses and how to get a blurred background, there are 2 videos that you should watch to understand what choices you need to make in that lens, and that will help you. So then you need to just source the right Panasonic lens. So go watch those 2 and you'll be good to go. Efren, what's the simplest setup for live streaming today? A low budget suggestion. Depends on what you call low budget, right? So low budget means something very different to everybody. So if you want to throw out a number at me, I can try and help there. But when you're talking low budget and high quality, those 2 things are going to compete against each other, right? So if you're going to go for a low budget setup, you're looking at something like a webcam, right? Like the face cam that we talked about on Wednesday, or if I don't know how this Dell is going to perform against that yet, but you're looking at lower quality, right? You can get a good looking setup, like the face cam looks really good for a webcam, right? But it's not going to compare to the quality of a mirrorless or DSLR camera. So you need to look at what your budget is now and decide whether you want to spend, money on that right now, or can you upgrade sooner rather than later and have that money saved up to upgrade your camera. That is a consideration that you need to make in terms of how much you're spending. So what I'm saying is you need to understand kind of what your budget is and when you think that you might be able to upgrade, and whether you want to just save the money and upgrade in full, or if you want to kind of take it step by step. And, at that point, if you do that, if you get a webcam set up and then you upgrade later, your webcam can become a behind the scenes camera or a demo cam or something like that. And so it doesn't have to go to waste if you're going to have a multi-cam setup. So that can be really super helpful. Learn Partimento says, how do you screen share in interview mode with the guest and yourself both on screen at the same time? Screen share. Okay, so screen share. So you have screen share, and then you have 2 people, right? So if you look at this is a graphic that this type of graphic that we sell in the store. And so you can have you and your guest, because you're going to bring them in as a camera, right? And then you can screen share. You could do your screen share, or the guest could screen share, and you could put that in this box. So that is one very easy way to do it. And you can just basically add camera overlays. But this would be your guest. You could resize it, put it in this box. So that would be how you do that. Nigel says, I used Melon in the past, was disappointed, so using Streamyard at the moment, but what would you recommend? So Nigel, it depends on your needs, right? So Melon and Streamyard and Restream are all level 2 services. Break this down in the 3 levels of live streaming. Level 1 being your phone, level 2 browser-based, cloud-based services like what you're talking about. And then level 3 being like an Ecamm on a Mac or vMix on a PC, OBS. And those have more functionality, capabilities, but level 2 services are easier to get set up and going, right? So you can go for the easy, and got a lot of great options on level 2. And then you have level 3, which you can do more with. But it takes a little bit of more effort to set up, right? David Robinson, if I'm starting a new show to a new audience, what's the best strategy to grow? Is there a paid traffic strategy? Yes, absolutely. if you have no audience whatsoever that you can kind of push into this new show of yours, then you will be starting from scratch. You can organically, you can collaborate and appear on other people's shows, have other people on as guests on your shows. That tends to grow your audience more organically quicker if you're getting the right collaborations. Stefan, new member, how to hang out in members only video section of streams. Well, Stefan, go ahead and type right now, because as long as you are a member, then it's just open to you. So you shouldn't have any problems. Go ahead and try to type now, and you'll see how it works. Sammy Superstar, Luria, why do you think a team is helpful to help you with LSP? So the benefits of having a team is that you can focus on what only you can do best, right? So the goal with building a team is to release control, release decision-making on a lot of different things. Not that everybody's making different decisions, right? It's that, you know, you're creating kind of the vision for the company and kind of the direction for the company, and your team supports that. And I can't tell you how incredible this team is. I wake up every day thankful for them. It is incredible when you get, you know, really the right people surrounding you. And so the benefit kind of a team is my goals, right, is to always hire for something that I don't need to or want to do. And so it starts with looking at everything I do. And if you look at my to-do list, it's a lot. But I'm able to offload a lot of that, right? And for example, like Callie, you guys know Callie, right? We were talking actually after your stream with her, your interview with her about community building, Sammy, how she is able to not only do what I did with community building and support and the interactivity and the engagement, but she does it better, right? She is able to create a better community because that's what she's focused on. And so that's really the benefit of building the team, because they can help create a better company. That's really the core of it. Create a better product, create a better company, create a better, and when I say product, I don't mean selling products. I mean like the core product of what we deliver here on the YouTube channel, for instance, right? Putting videos out is our kind of one of our core products. It's how we grow. And so, I mean, our videos, just take a look at how the team has helped create very engaging and valuable videos, right? So as a team, we're able to really just like put out better stuff. Angelo, member for 2 months. Is there a way to show a countdown timer in a pip? Yeah, you could totally do that. So let me go into demo mode. I don't know if you're using this, but the ideas would be the same. So if you go into demo mode and then you look at, so let me just create a brand new scene. So I'm going to start off with a blank one. You can do this, well, actually, hold on. You could do this literally just by doing this. Oops, the super chat overlay always gets me. Hold on, let me undo that. You could do it by, hold on, the timer. Let's find my timer. Never mind. Hold on, I don't use it this way very often, but you could like have the file, right, playing, and you have this kind of setup, right? That's not a timer because I don't have one loaded in here, but you get the idea. The other way that you could do that is start a new scene. Exactly. This is where I'm going with it next, right? So you have, oh, wait, hold on. You can link, I haven't had a chance to dive into the new Ecamm except for the overlays for screen share. with the Ecamm beta, you can link different overlays together and move them together, which would make resizing a timer and all its elements easier. So fantastic. On Monday, I want to dive into some of that like demoing some of the new Ecamm stuff, because it's amazing, and I just haven't had a chance to, like, this week has been insane. Insanely busy for me. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah. So if you had like this pip single, right, and you choose the camera, then you could load in the video file here. So you have options, right? And like Paul said, you know, having the ability to kind of move everything together gives you a lot more capabilities. Sammy, have you tested? Yeah, the new screen share overlay. I mean, I can show you guys how that works. I need to get demo mode button on there. Okay, so this is the new screen share. So you have the new button right here, right? So you've always been able to kind of do this this camera overlay functionality, but now you have a new screen share overlay, so you can actually choose the display, what you want to share, and then you can move that around inside of your pips or just on screen. So now you have that capability, which is huge. So I'm super glad they did that. Love it. Love it. We have new countdown timers and a new lower price as well, so $21, and that way you can get more of them if you can afford more of them if you want to. So livestreamingpros.com/store. Let's see, Barry. So I'm sure that you're looking for some particular videos. I'm sure that Kathleen your tech coach, has already answered you on that. So I'm just going to leave that up to her. Barry, are there any common strategies for backgrounds when using a sit-stand desk arrangement for one studio? So yeah, one thing, and so we're talking about backgrounds. The thing is, it's better for the background setup. It's more frustrating for you to try and have both sit and stand, right? Because your background does change with that. You can design it in a way that looks good for both. You just have to think about every product, or not product, but like everything that you put in the background, so that when you raise or lower, it still looks good. Yeah. And so that might mean, you know, putting things in an awkward position for your visual when you walk into the room. But it can be done, right? And you just need to consider both levels, both views when you're putting stuff up. So what I would suggest doing is, when you're building it, you put something in the background and then you look at it, say it sits, or you put a few things, right? And then you lower and raise and look at how that looks, and then make adjustments. And then you keep adding, like do it in layers. That'll help you get less frustrated. Thank you so much, Vincent, for the super chat. Appreciate you. When I do a live stream on Streamyard to YouTube, how do I monetize that video? So monetization comes in a few different forms, right? And you could do this a couple of different ways. Going from Streamyard to YouTube, the technicality of how you're going to YouTube doesn't matter in terms of monetization. First, you need to be monetized on YouTube if you want to monetize the YouTube way, right? Like through YouTube monetization tools like super chats and ads and things like that. So you need to just have those requirements met so that you can be monetized. And then you're going to make money based on ads that you allow on your video. And as soon as you get super chats, you can enable that. I know a lot of top YouTubers who haven't yet enabled super chats, and it blows my mind. But also memberships. So once you get the capability to have memberships, people can join like you have today, right? Or like you have. And so then you offer extra incentive to become a member. So those are ways that you can do it through YouTube functionality, but also you have the ability to monetize yourself. So if you have courses, or if you do consulting, or if you have merchandise that you want to offer, you have your own products and services that you could offer as part of your monetization efforts on YouTube. So you're growing your awareness through YouTube, and then you encourage them to buy from you directly. Or you can monetize through sponsorships, through affiliate marketing. There are a lot of different ways. I have a free video on YouTube all about 7 different ways to monetize. And so I give you some good suggestions in there so to kickstart that conversation. And then also, if you want to really dive into this stuff, if you take our content creation course, that will actually help you really put it all together, make those monetization choices, and make sure that you're being strategic about that. So that content creation course is available now, and you can get that on our website. And so like that would be how you really make sure that you're doing it all strategically, thoughtfully, without extra time and effort spent making mistakes. Stefan, have seen you and Kat using Ecamm demo mode, but what's the difference from that and normal mode? So when I'm in normal mode, you're just seeing this video. You're just seeing the output of what I want you to see. But when I go into demo mode, then you're seeing my entire screen, right? So that could be done in a screen share, but also it has nifty little things like if I open up the guest interview, right here, you're not going to, it hides the link so that when I'm in demo mode, you can't see the link so that you can just join my interview, right? Things like that. So it does some different additional functionality from that perspective. But yeah, demo mode is meant to share the entire thing so that you could demo something happening. And then when I go back into normal mode, then you're just seeing my video and any assets that I want you to see. French press. Why don't more YouTubers use memberships for recurring members? I mean, Ritchie could make a fortune. Well, Renee could also enable memberships, because I don't think you do, right? And kind of have it seamlessly integrated as well. But there are multiple reasons why somebody might not, if they have memberships already set up on a different platform, like he does, then the percentages might be a better option or better revenue for them, or they're able to have more functionality over on a different platform, or that's the core of how they make their money, and so they don't want to have too many different options, right? So while we have YouTube memberships enabled, we also have a fully functional membership over on our own website called Streamer Accelerator. And you get way more there because we charge more, right? But we also have the ability to have a complete system built for that membership so that you get Zoom calls, you get access to advanced content, you get access to all of our courses and workshops in that membership, right? So it's for me, the reason that we have both is that we're able to offer something for everybody, however they want to take part in our world, right? So it's about making the right business decision for you. And so some top YouTubers, they just either haven't, a lot of them that I know just haven't because they're busy and they have to set it up and it just hasn't gotten around. They haven't gotten around to it. But, then we have other business decisions around that. So it would be very different for every person. So yeah, if it's a benefit to you and to your audience and your community, then it's worth doing it, right? Some big creators just turn it on with icons and nothing else just to have it, which is a choice. Yeah, you could totally, right? You have to choose, not based on what other people do, but look at what other people do so that you can make the best decision for you. And sometimes you can try something, right? Call it an experiment, try something. And if it doesn't seem to fit, then you don't have to do it long term, right? You can adjust. You just don't want to be changing and adjusting and pivoting constantly. Otherwise, you will wear your audience out. So don't just like try this and try that and try that. Be more strategic about it. All right. Thank you guys so much for being members. Thank you for being an amazing community. And thank you for being here. Bye.